Iran launched new attacks today at Israel and Gulf Arab countries as it kept up pressure on the Middle East in a war that has impacted the region and beyond, sent oil prices surging and stunned global economies. U.S. President Donald Trump, who has previously said that the war could last for a month or longer, sought to downplay growing fears that it could take even longer, saying it was, quote, going to be a short-term excursion. Still, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed the strikes on Iran would continue. Joining us now is a Winnipegger who is a member of the Iranian Canadian community, Farimehr Hakemzadeh. Good morning, Farimehr.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you were 23 when you came to Canada.
That is correct.
You've been living in Winnipeg since 2014, right?
No, since 2016. Yeah.
Okay. What was life like when you were living in Iran with your family as a woman?
Yes, not easy. As a young woman, very early on in my life, I knew that I'm going to have to leave the country to be able to live a free life. I can give you some examples. As a student in Iran, every day going to university, I would walk through these gates, and there would be a separate gate for women, through which I would walk in, and then a few members of the regime, the agents, would look me up and down and decide whether or not I'm allowed to go in that day. As a woman, they were looking for exposed hair, exposed skin. They were looking to see if I'm wearing makeup, if I have nail polish, and they would stop me from entering the university if I had. Every day going to university, my male friends would stand on the other side of that room waiting for me and making sure that I would get out of that room intact and go to school and study that day.
So every day you were living sort of in fear and worry about what this could mean for your everyday life.
That is correct. Small freedoms like being able to speak up, sing, dance as a woman, all the way to knowing that because I do not share the fundamentalist Islamist views, I probably will not be promoted in a job I will get. I probably will not be leading any efforts for the society. And so it was quite obvious for me that if I am seeking more freedom and if I am to be an equally contributor to the society, I have to leave.
So you did leave, and what's happening right now with the Middle East conflict, with the war with the U.S., you're not opposed to what's happening there right now at this point?
People of Iran have been fighting this war for a long, long time. It feels new, it feels different, and the media is now talking about it more. So I understand very well that the Canadians a few days ago heard their Prime Minister support an act of war, and it's probably very confusing to them because they don't know all of the story of what has happened in Iran. So I am privileged to be able to speak to that, to be able to have some connections to Iran. I have been doing my best to keep connected to them and be their voice because they are asking me to do so.
We're almost out of time already. Have you been able to reach your family out in Iran?
Barely. The regime has gotten better and better at stopping free communications, but people of Iran, they are practiced in this. So last time I could reach out, I was able to know that my close family are safe today.
Okay, good.
And they are afraid more from the Islamic regime than they are of the bombs that are right now being poured on the streets.
Well, thank you for giving us some time and giving us your perspective this morning. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.